So Antlers is a brand new movie that stars Kerry Russell and Jesse Plemons, and it's about this teacher played by Kerry Russell who begins suspecting that something's up with one of her students, and we basically learn that the student has been feeding some sort of creature, and basically they become concerned for his well-being. So this was a movie that, honestly, I kind of forgot was coming out. I remember this was supposed to come out last year, and then like a month before the movie was supposed to come out, it got delayed indefinitely because of COVID and all that. So I kind of just forgot about it, and now finally it's here, like after a year and a half, and I don't think they released any new trailers. And here we are with this movie, and the trailers looked interesting enough. It didn't really appeal to me too much, but it's like, I'll still see it, I guess. Guillermo del Toro's involved with this movie, so I guess why not? And this movie is solid for about half of it. Like, I really enjoyed the first half of this movie. I just did not enjoy the second half of this movie. So let's start off with the acting is really good, especially from Kerry Russell, Jeremy T. Thomas, Jesse Plemons. They're all really good. Kerry Russell and Jeremy T. Thomas. They do a lot of scenes where they're kind of like on their own. They're kind of in their own worlds and they're kind of silent, but how they handle those scenes are really good. And Jesse Plemons is really good as this voice of reason for Kerry Russell. He's her brother in the movie. And they're really good. Their dynamic is good. Their performance are really good. They're the three that stand out. Also, it's gorgeously shot. I don't think this movie is like horribly shot by any means, but it's creepy, it's dark, and it's just really nicely well done. The score is also really good too. Again, very creepy, and also like when there's more serious subject matters going on in this movie, the score handles that very well. I do think that it matches the scene that they're going for. It's really, really well done. And again, the first half of this movie is, I would say it's perfect. Maybe not perfect, but like I would say the first half of this movie is fantastic, and it made me think, oh, this movie's actually not that bad. Why did people hate this movie so much? It was dark, it was creepy, and it conveyed so much with saying so little. I thought it was really well done, and it was a great build-up of like the tension, and it's like it doesn't treat people like idiots. It kind of makes you aware of like what's really going on, and it doesn't like try to make you like, I don't want to say yes, but more like it invites you in, and it just doesn't really let you go. And it kind of does about halfway through. And this movie is also very heartbreaking. You wouldn't expect that for a movie being released, especially for a scary movie released around Halloween. But it's a very heartbreaking movie. It's very well done, and there are so many scenes where I kind of just feel bad for a lot of these characters, and again, it's really effective. So, what is wrong with this movie? Pretty much the entire second half of this movie is not very good. I thought it was like a very calm, very somber, very creepy, atmospheric movie, and then the second half basically turns into a slasher movie. And I just thought the tone afterwards was just inconsistent. I felt like a lot of the themes were kind of just dropped right away. At least with something like Last Night in Soho, the themes were just there throughout. And with Antlers, it just kind of falls apart. Also, yeah, again, the themes just don't really feel fully realized. It's like they kind of do address it admittedly well, like how, this kid is handling his situation, how Kerry Russell deals with her problems, but it just never feels like they address it after a particular scene, which I won't spoil by any means, but it just feels like after that, it kind of just turns into a generic slasher movie that just never wanted to go back to what it was talking about. And that's unfortunate because I feel like it was so good in the first half. Why would you change that for the second half? I don't know. And even though it's visually impressive too, like when you see like the antlers on the creature, it's really fantastic. I just wish I kind of got to see a little more of them. Even though it's also mostly well shot, I kind of felt like they were kind of like hiding it even at the end. It just didn't really work for me. Also, the movie kind of alludes to stuff that might happen. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And then it's over. And I felt like, no, I just felt like, there's part of me that's kind of like, I kind of get what you might be going for, but do you really have to do that? I don't know if you really need to do that. But, oh well. Antlers is a movie that is very well acted. especially in the first half. It's very well done for the most part. The cinematography is great, the score is great, the themes are mostly well handled, and it's a very sad movie that is effective for about half of it. It's just the second half of this movie that just completely falls apart and makes me question, why did I even sit through this? I'm just... I was just disappointed with this one. I won't give it a terrible score by any means, but just know that the first half of this movie is a lot better than the second one. So I'll just give Antlers 2.5 out of 4 stars. Stream it. Like, I would give the first half of Antlers a 3, and the second half a 2. Because, again, performances are fine and cinematography is fine, but kind of, I feel like I wanted more in the ways that I did not receive. So, what did you think of Antlers? And also, what's your favorite, I don't know, since it's Halloween, what's your favorite scary movie to watch around Halloween? Comment down below, subscribe to the channel. This is Pat, and stay safe.